It's weird that every time I'm starting up a stream in the last 2 weeks, I have to do it twice. But good evening, everyone. Welcome on another Thursday for Tier 4. We are at round 9. Hello, Said. Pretty good. I had a full day of work again, but for the first time this week, I actually was finished at the time that I was supposed to finish. So I deserve a small drink, you know. It's odd. Like in the past, I always often said with beer or any other drink, and now I just do it very rarely. So last week we had Monaco. Unfortunately, I had to miss that. But this week, I'm glad to be back. Hello, Mike. The pace from Sprint. Oh, okay, but that was a different track, you know that. Um, so, yes, he needs to roll. I'm helping Adam at the moment. Yeah, it's fine. Aman couldn't commentate, so last minute he's doing tier 2, lovely. Yeah, Mike, I really hope you get less penalties than last week. I really hope. Oh, we have the returnal of the big Ross Storm. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, 20 seconds was a bit too much. I saw some gaps because I was rewatching the race, and if he would have got 9, I think he would have only lost one position or none, and like 9 is already very lenient. Um, so welcome back. I also wanted to go through the standings during this qualifying session. I think I will be able to. Luckily, there are 13 drivers here for one of the best tracks on this season's calendar, Abu Dhabi, selected by myself. And I'm very glad I can race this one, especially since I won't be able to race my own race. So I'm happy to see this one, since I won't be able to race my own one on Sunday. I'm not around on Sunday. Everyone on the softs. And yeah, this is the weird thing that we have to say. Because of some amazing work by EA and Codemasters, the team cars, so the actual teams that are on the Formula One grid, are not equal anymore under equal conditions. So everyone is in the world car, and I think we also did this maybe for round 1 of the game or for one of the evaluation race rounds. But this is the first time I've seen this on the grid in a league race, and I'm very glad of everyone that took some effort to make a livery. It's not mandatory, of course not. I think you can see the guys who didn't make, because you can see that of their logo. So at least Wicked Prophet, Wealthy, Chris and Yom didn't do. So Adam is doing tier 2 now for the commentary. Because otherwise I would have went over there. A Joker is starting a flying lap at the first. Someone is exiting the pit just ahead of him. For now I can go through the standings in tier 4 where we have Will the Game convincingly in the lead. He is also here around on track today. With 3 second places in a row. He was going nip and tuck with bang average Sepp for the first 4 rounds, but after that Sepp only scored 1 point in the 4 rounds that followed, also because he missed 2, and it promoted Prozemu into second in the championship, with 2 wins out of those final 4, and I think he even outscored Will, or almost outscored him, but he was already a little bit behind. He's second now, 33 points behind, 108. Sepp is still third with 75. The dominant winner of Monaco last week, Johnny, is in fourth. He went from pole to win and is now with 66 points in fourth. And in fifth is Twanak, who won Kota and hasn't only driven half of all the races, still in fifth with 56. Joker, who won in Spain, is sixth at 47. Then Mooskin with 45, Jordy with 40, Wicked Prophet with 33, and Chris with 28, while Joker sets a 124 flat and is the first, followed by Mike and Chris with a 24.5, 25.7. Mooskin goes to second, 24.5. And this is the standard car. And Will eventually fastest now with a 23.8. Oh no, Chris indeed did something about his car. His logo is just the same. So is Yo who has the default car. This is also a default car, I think. I think also Ross has one, but he has a different logo. Wellesley also did something about his car. He is on the lap though. And let's see what Ross does. Let's see where he is according to the pace of the others. Great to see him back. He's returned to 50% league racing, and he is immediately challenging Will with a 23.8. Sepp is following now in third. Glad he is here around. Twanak to the fastest time, 23.6. And there comes Wellesley. Confirm with a 25.9, Wellesley with a 25.4. And Wicked Prophet still with an invalidated lap. So constructors for tier 4 is close, not really closer, because it's basically Will against Prozemu, because Yom has scored a couple of points for AlphaTauri and confirm the same for Alfa Romeo. They are one of the most prone to retirees every race. And I will further emphasize that because you can't really see who are teammates anymore, unfortunately. McLaren is in third. Those 2 drivers are both contributing to the championship. They are only 8 behind Alfa Romeo, and 7 more behind is also a good pairing for Moose King and Twanak. Alpine in 5th, Mercedes in 6th, Red Bull 7th, Ferrari 8th, Williams 9th, and Matt with Jordy in Aston Martin in 10th. And Matt has now scored points in 5 of the last 6 races, and in all of his races of this season, which I don't think he ever did that before. Unfortunately, he is not here tonight, but that also means that his streak continues for points in every round he has driven. Following Johnny now because he is the confident race winner of last round. I think he has now won 2 Monacos in a row. I'm not sure why I know that, or why I think I know that. So let's see what he can do. Joker was already on a lap, I'm sorry. He improves to the fastest time, 23.5. And Johnny goes to fourth. Only 7 thousandths quicker than a good returnal of Ross, we could say that. The awful thing now is that I can't know who to follow. I think Yom is first who's gonna... That's the awful thing. Terminator. Oh, so that's why you're here. Yeah, the game is only making it worse sometimes. Let me repost the tier 2 stream. There were also football matches today. Apparently AZ gave away like a 3-0 advantage. They were 3-0 up against a freaking nobody squad from Bosnia-Herzegovina. Aston Villa also did something awful. They're in the same group. Okay, sure. Chris is out. Sorry for not being so attentive this qualifying session. I think Will improved to a P3 with a 23.8. I don't think he was that. And that's an invalidation for Yom. Who is that black car? Oh, that is Will. Wait, he is trying, I think. No, he's not. Sap? He should be on a lap. That's a cool livery though. That's a cool color. That's like aqua blue. Aqua blue Sap over the line with the fastest lap so far. 5 tenths quicker than Joker. Really stepping up his game. That's an invalidation. Some more black cars here. Twanach might be on a lap. And indeed slots in second with a 23.4. And maybe Ross is on the lap as well. I think he is. He was a bit quicker over that final first 2 sectors of the lap. And an improvement by Ross goes to a 23.6 P4. And Cunningham front to 7th with a 24.3. And I think Wicked Prophet is in a lap now at the moment. The last one. Yellow is in sector 1, but 6.5 minutes still on the clock. There he comes, P5, just behind Ross. It's rather quick, close between some drivers. I just have to guess. Who the fuck can be on a lap? Wellesley maybe? I don't think I've seen him. Mike now pulling to the back. He's finally racing again. 24.5. If you don't count Mike, everyone is within 2 seconds. Joan goes for another lap. He also needs a bit more pace. Oh yeah, we also don't have any formation lap. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I think I remember myself correctly that Mel is Wicked Prophet. I thought he was like Zap 2 rounds ago. Is Zap even... Wait, that can't be, because Zap is not in the steer, so why was I thinking that? Anyway. And, yeah. Anyway. Michael's on a run. Maybe we can check him in and check with him later. There comes Young and to P8 with a 23.8. And Mike is faster than what he was. And gains 3/10 in the second sector. I remember sometimes that Mike was an actual qualification threat. Actually got pole one season in Italy. Monza. I'm a firm believer that Mike actually isn't the slowest of the tier. He isn't. And he has a good livery, by the way. One where is a somewhat kind of work in. And he made it 6/10. And he's only 2 seconds off pole position now. Johnny invalidated. Joker might be on a lap. Two minute 20 left. Are some people on the outlap? I think people want to go for a flyer. Joker will have some traffic on his way through the line. I think this was his push lap. And it's not good enough for pole. 23.2. Moose King starting one now. And the rest is all on outlaps. But not even everyone. Mike is done. I think Johnny, Yo and Confirm are also done. I think Mike retired in the final corner. There's a little bit of a toe there from Moose King. Seb also started his lap, so we will go to him and then to Twanach. Oh, and that's really not the correct and right angle you want to have for... I think he's backing off. I think he wants to try another one. Because that was not ideal now, and he lost 7/10 with that. This is wonderful. Also with the helmet, well freaking done. I'm really in love with this color. It's almost the same color as the lines on the side of the track. Mike, Mr. Pitts? Well, I don't think you would have had the time for another run, right? Seb is basically defending his position. He will be the first of the main contenders to cross the line and finish his final run, and he does that with a new fastest lap at 22.9. So you have to go in the 22s for the pole. Twanak is the first challenger, and he is just missing out by 2/10 with a 23.1, bringing him in P2. Joker is on another lap. Ross is also not that far away. Will is actually purple in the second sector. And there are some guys already finished, so it's basically this top 6 duel. And Ross is first across the line. If I don't miss anyone. It's very hard, it's very easy to miss someone now. He is immediately a factor in qualifying. And I don't think it's enough for pole position. It's a small improvement to a 23.5. Wicked Prophet will be next, but it showed to me that he was 1.5 seconds slower. So I think he will indeed go into the pits or not and start in P6. Joker is also not faster at the moment. And I really missed Will, I'm sorry. But he indeed improved to that P2, and Joker improves 4,000 on his time, but that's only a P4. So the pole is for the man who was in such a disarray for the last 4 rounds. He is finally really back, we can say. This is not his first pole, this is his 3rd pole of the year, and he actually had pole at Coda, but he didn't finish there, so... This is it. It looks so oddly empty now, this thing. Seb, the pole, 2/10 ahead of Will, with Twanak and Joker very close together. Another closely packed group with Ross, Wicked Prophet, Johnny and Yom. And then Confern, Moose King, only 12,000 faster than Chris. Welsi and Mike is indeed, like he said, a bit off the pace, but yeah. I hope everyone can still hear me. We will immediately... Oh, fuck. We will immediately go to the race. There we are, with 5 red lights. And we're underway in Abu Dhabi. With a good start from Will. And challenging Seb into the first corner, but also knows that it's not a battle to risk everything for, and he almost loses his car after somewhat of a bargy pass by Twanak. But I think it was a fair place to try, and Twanak goes for glory immediately into turn 4 or 5, and actually gets rewarded with that. Mike with an awful start, Seb is coming back at Twanak, and I think this is the best angle I can have on this side. And eventually Will's braking very late and already eliminating the 15-meter marker. And I think that's everything I have to say for now. An amazing start for Twanak, also for Welsi. And everyone on the mediums except Joker is on the softs. And an excellent getaway there by Twanak, who really, yeah, I don't know if he practiced on his start, but he's showing some real good pace over the last couple of weeks when he decided to attend. A bit of an issue for, well, Mike was already before the start, and after that we saw Johnny drop back. That's an interesting place to overtake. Wicked Prophet, oh my. And he is catching Yom off guard there and is up into P6 because of that. It's very tense and hectic and tight here. Well, Twanak of course puts down the fastest lap of the race. And let's see what Wellesley can do. Ooh, he was a bit... I think he's also on path if I see that. I thought almost that Joe had a bit of a different angle on that corner, but he is solid and good. And indeed the top 5 is driving away from the rest. Joker hasn't been able to really capitalize on his soft tires. Like I said, he even lost a place. But he's really eager to gain it back. However, that exit was awful. And further at the front, yeah, it's this top 5 where Ross is also doing a good job, and I don't want to not include the rest. Actually, Chris has fallen back a little bit more now. I think you have to... Oh, yeah, I saw someone going wide, and maybe that was... No, I don't think that was Wicked Prophet, actually. Seb with the fastest lap, 26.6. Prophet with the first penalty. And a first VSC. And it makes no sense for what that is. Maybe Chris was spinning into the pit lane. Well, he needs a new front wing, so... And he goes to the hard tire. Yeah, sorry, it's only a VSC, and maybe Mike also has an issue. Luckily he has a different pit box. That's the poor thing now, you have no clue. And Mike indeed needs a new front wing. And I hope he could just keep on driving for hopefully as long as possible. Field is still very tight, so it's very advisable if you are very awake when the restart is. And I thought there was a restart for a second, but it still gives CSC. I have a feeling they're in racing conditions. Like, for real. I don't want any more glitches, please. No, it's actually over now, and Wellesley got a drive-through. And wait a minute, Jome also. So that's very unfortunate. Jome is immediately coming in, and Wellesley is doing the same. Maybe the best thing to do, yeah. Before another safety car is coming in, you can't serve it, so... Mike with the first penalty. I see a lot of people already struggling with turn 2. Colin at the same. He was closing in on Moose King, but now he's further dropping away. And actually this makes Prophet... The restart made him gain a little bit more on Joker, who already sees his soft tires drop off. But here we are with the battle for the lead, where Sab was taking a look at Twanak, who... I don't want to say of course, but it's very hard to get away from anybody else. I think Will might have a run here, but Seb has some ERS to defend with. They both have though. That's a purple sector by him, and that will might let Ross drop off. There is the move eventually. Cullen only needed half a lap to get back to the rear of Moose King, and has a very poor exit there. I don't think you can pass there on the outside, and he indeed doesn't. So my screen is now very far away because my... oh, Yeah, some yellow flags for Johnny. My screen is very far away because my headset is on the charger. Oh no! Oh my god, I was so happy with his move, but... And that's no front wing and having to drive an entire lap. That was the first time that a helicopter angle was not working. It was too far away. So, hello... I don't know. Yes, I'm back here for a live stream. Like, I'm wired to my headphones who are in the charger, and I'm just too far away to read my PC where I see the comments, so... But, send in anything you like, I will try to read it. And yes, Chris had to stop early for damage repairs, and Mike now has to drive through penalty. I hope Confirm can brake for this corner. Yeah, he can. Back to the lead, where Twanak, I think, had a better restart than Sab, a little bit more. He is now more close to a second of a gap. Top 5, and maybe you can include Profit with them. Yeah. Being close together. Joker has found a way back to the rear of Ross. And it would mean a lot for Twanak to really get a second of a gap. Mike, pay attention and don't type in the chat while you're supposed to drive. At least try to not get lapped before a safety car will come, okay? Confirm is finally in. Well, another one who needs to go for damage repairs. And it's indeed the top 4 once again, but it's hard to pass, I assume. Oh, there he comes, there he is, and Sap into the lead. And ERS-wise they're quite similar, so I think that's mainly a DRS move. Twanak was already closing up on the rear of Sap at the apex of the next straight. He can also chill down and relax a bit, but I don't know Twanak as a person to do that. Mike already retired in the pits. Yeah, okay. But what I maybe expected a little bit, it looked like Twanak was going to make a move, but maybe he also realizes that it's not too bad to actually chill a bit in his DRS. Corner cutting for Johnny. Full corner cut and a corner cut in penalty. Wait a minute. Okay, no. He has just a 3 seconds. Okay, Seb with the fastest lap now, 26.5. Maybe he can be the one that actually gets away from the rest. There is a yellow here because Mike's car... Still the weirdest thing ever about the thing that his car comes out. But sure. If that would have caused safety cars, yeah, that would make me wild. And this, and Ross suddenly had a very good run on Will. He is suddenly very much closer. There was a pit stop for Joker, who will fall back to 7th. And Ross is actually gonna make a move here on the championship leader. And I hope he breaks in time. He does. Maybe he had to back out a little bit for Twanak. Johnny retired on pit exit. That's a safety car, and I think Will just defended his position by being in front of Ross at the moment that the safety car was called. And I think that's the case because they are not swapping positions now. This is what I meant, Mike. Like 1 lap. Continued for 1 lap, and you were already back in contention. So don't do that shit. Even if it's unfair. Even if it's like an unfair drive-through. You could have even, like, got back to the rear of the grid with the drive-through, because there was only 1 lap since that happened. So let's see what people are gonna do. And that's a pit stop for all top 4. It's maybe because they also know they have quite a gap to the rest of the field. A lot of guys already pitted because of damage repairs. Profit is also in. And Moose King, thank God for Moose King, because he does something else and I love that. Oh, he actually has a delta. Oh, there's a double stack for someone. Seb is screwed by the double stack. He is in a... But how? No, it was not Seb. It was Will, I think. Yes. Will lost the position because he was in the same slot as someone else. Someone that was in front of him. So Seb or Twanak. So he will know that for the rest of the race. But that's now... Yeah, that's awful that people get screwed by stuff like that. He's losing a position because of that. Ross goes for something interesting. He will do the 2-stop, which I quite admire. I think Joker also does the 2-stop. And the rest are on hard. And Moose King is maybe also on a 1-stop, but a medium hard one. No, yeah, like continue on the mediums for longer. Anyway. They basically only lost to Moose King because the rest was too far down. Joker is now in 7th, and the rest already pitted. Chris is working back his way. Like, literally almost everyone will score points if it goes on like this. Yeah, like that AZ lost against that Bosnian squad. It's the first time a Dutch team has been 3 goals up in a European match and lost the match. Well, once there was a first for everything, but they're actually lucky that Aston Villa also lost, and that basically now the 2 teams in the group that were most likely to go through are both in the lead. So safety car in, I think. Yes. So Moose King will lead the field on all their tires. Like I said, Joker is on the mediums, Ross on soft, Chris is on hard since the beginning because I think only Welshie and Joan pitted. They have been saved from their drive-through shenanigans. Safety car still quite close to the field, in my opinion. I think he will go now. There he is. And a good restart by Moose King. Really a good restart by Moose King. Twanak almost already looked for a move. As Seb goes wide. He is not... The tires in the right temperature range, and Twanak was looking for it and was eventually compromised by that, and that will maybe give Ross a run. Will there on the inside, Ross goes for it a la Verstappen basically in that corner and actually makes the move. All started by Seb not having a run, and Twanak now under pressure by Will, who goes for the attack on the inside. Wicked Prophet on the outside. And oh my god, Ross was braking quite early there compared to everyone else. and eventually it looked like Will was going to get screwed, but in the end it's Twannak who drops back to 6th. Wicked Prophet almost gaining the move position. Seb is into the lead, and that's one of the most important things he could have done. Ross now passing Moose King. It's one clusterfuck of cars here. Don't go too wide here, and almost Ross is collected by Moose King, who was still close to him. Now he has to defend from Will, who goes around the outside, almost into the wall. Not giving up his position easily though. And actually Will lost out there. It's Wicked Prophet with a very good restart run, and he is now up into 3rd. Will is still behind Moose King. Not having the time of his life though. And the top 2 are streaking away though, and yeah, everyone can still be close. Wellesley had a problem, he's into the pits. And there, Will finally on the inside of Moose King, goes a bit deep. Maybe Moose King will actually have a run on him. But I don't think there will be, no, there is no DRS of course. There is Ross. Softs are really helping him though, and it should help him, of course. And there at the back, Twannak also with the move on Moose King, maybe? Yeah, in the end he got it. I was not looking at the right car. It's very, very hard to distinguish cars, and Moose King really feeling the fact that his tires are quite old. Joker passing him here around the outside on way fresher mediums. But if he goes to the hards now, he will at least have way fresher hards in the end, so... Or maybe not now, maybe only in 2 or 3 laps. So indeed, Ross goes for the 2-stop and does the only thing he has to do, and that's exactly like driving away from the rest now. And don't let them get or stay in your DRS. At 26.3 is a very good start of that, and Seb is indeed out of his DRS. Before the DRS is enabled, which is now. That's crucial for Ross, not being in traffic and not having people that can tow along with you. So he can maybe make this work. And at the back, and further back, we will have Seb defending from Wicked Prophet and Will the Game. Seb and Prophet are teammates, I think, in my memory. And yeah, Twannak was in a very good position, but he is now under pressure from Joker. Seb is also under pressure. Oh, and that can be a very good switchback for Wicked Prophet. Twannak defended successfully against Joker. And we might even go 3 wide. Seb has nothing to defend with, except a bit more DRS, and he kind of knows that he has to try to stay in front of Will, or at least be with him for the rest of the race, and like preferably beat him. Hello, Prezemu. Greetings from Greece. I assume that's where you are on holiday, so I hope you have a nice holiday. A lot of 3-second warnings, a lot of cars going wide. We have Twannak, who is really clinging for his life. Oh no, oh no. Well, it was a good save though by Joker there. I don't think he was like fully alongside, to be honest. Just try it on the straight, there is way more opportunity for that. Yom has retired in the pits, which gives everyone points, so please don't retire. And actually there's also a group of 3 over here where Moose King has been passed by Chris and has Cannonfern on his tail now. Oh wait, Moose King is coming back at Chris. Yes, he is. And he completes the move. Yeah. Wait. Oh, Joker had an awful corner. He did something. Maybe I didn't saw it correctly, and there are stuff happening everywhere here. Will that Wicked that prevents Will from passing him, like successfully, which is really something that Ross wants to see. And further back, Chris is back again in front of Moose King. There's like, with 9 cars on track, there are too much battles to keep track of. That's really unusual, but I quite like it though. Ah, his tires are still hot, I think. Poor Joker. Don't retire, you have point, okay? Maybe safety car will come. VSC now, because of this. Not really something Ross can use, he needs more laps to... But at least that's a good place to spin, because you are in no time in the pits though. Or, yeah, to get damage. Oh, so... Wait. Seb was second. Like the most important thing I just missed. I just missed the most important things. He really had a moment, because he also lost out to Twanner. Yeah. He has DRS though, but... And I think... Penalty wise, 6 seconds for Wealthy, 3 for Wicked Profit. So Twanner, Will is actually in second now. And Ross has to further try to increase his 2.4 second lead he has. And here's the other group, like 5 seconds back. They're having their own good time. So Moosking can now pit to the mediums and have quite a way to the hards and have quite fresh hards. Or he's really trying the medium softs. That's also a thing. There's some side-by-side action. Cullen Fern is trying for a move around the outside. He will need to leave the track for that, and that's kind of not allowed during an overtake, so... Yeah, Presemo, I can like give you the points for everyone that retires from now on. I can... No, kidding. The move is already completed before I can see it, but Will is finally up into second, but still has the whole queue of cars behind him, and being in front of the queue is not what you... Yeah. Ross only managed to break away because of the tire advantage he had, I think. Cullen Fern to 7th. And here we have a nice camera overview once again. 44 cars. Seb is still keeping himself in the mix. Very glad it's actually entertaining because people were closely matched on pace. Also shows that indeed Abu Dhabi is a great track. You heard me say it. Okay. Let's see on this straight what can happen. Actually, I think Will has it quite under control at the moment. It's almost breaking away from the DRS. But, yeah, way better ERS management for Twanner and Seb. They're just waiting, and there is a move made there. Twanner on the exit on Wicked Profit, and he is back into third. And they have way more to deal with ERS-wise. I already have it in the screen all the time. Ross! Dude! What have you done? Oh my god. Yeah, that's a safety car. He's already gone from the track. That's weird because there was a big runoff area there. Well, this is the cue for Muskie to pit. And also for Chris to pit, to go back to mediums I think, or yeah, I don't think he wants to. This is interesting, that's a mixed strategy. Twanner is continuing, he wants the... Yeah, but what you gonna do to mediums? Yeah, new mediums. Well, it will work. Oh yeah, see again, Seb is now being compromised a bit maybe. Well, he's behind Wicked Prophet, but was already. Everyone pits, technically. Moose King for new hearts though. Twanok with the strategy. He did something else then, compared to the rest. I'm just gonna give Ross one, Will win, yeah, especially now. He has a buffer of Wicked Prophet behind him with a penalty. Seb could technically match him on pace, and Twanok as well, and Ross as well, but Ross DNF, Twanok is on a different strategy now. Prophet has a penalty, and Seb is the place behind Prophet, so has to overtake him first. I think it's still very good for Will, and he maybe deserves it after 3 second places in a row, but it will also like conclude the title if he doesn't miss 2 rounds. Oh, Twanok cut a corner to enter the pits. He is gonna do it. I think he realizes it, or he indeed got damage. That's maybe even more. Yeah, that's really the win for Will. Except the fact that he is now already in the lead and won't have DRS. Well season as well. Aha. Okay. Well, he was in a disadvantage and he makes it an advantage for himself now. Because I think this is possible though. Although Ross DNF'd after 8 laps on the soft, but let's not jinx him. Okay. So, race rundown then. Will leading. Safety car in this lap. He's followed by Wicked Prophet, the only one with a penalty, who already got that penalty very early on. Seb and Chris really back in contention. Maybe he can show some more pace than he actually has. Moose King had to go to the hard, so he's a bit of a disadvantage. Welsie is on some older hards and mediums for Cunfern and Joker, but also interestingly Twanok on brand new fresh soft. And Will has led the way in the field into a restart. 11 more laps to go, and already there the move from Twanok on the inside of Cunfern. Chris was under pressure from Moose King, and Twanok made it work already on Cunfern. Who is also under attack by Joker, I think there. Wicked Prophet will try it though. I think he will go for it. Yeah, it doesn't look like he even needs ERS. He could do a big favor for Seb if he can really hamper him a bit and challenge him for the win and make him slow down and... It's funny that Moose King was pressuring Chris so much on the hard. And let's see what Tronic is doing, because he can't afford it to make silly moves, of course. He also has a penalty, so that doesn't, yeah, that also really pulls him a bit out maybe for the window. However, we saw with Ross that the soft really can be an advantage, but maybe not that much against the mediums, and that was not really a great sequence of corners for him as well. Again, Moose King very close on Chris. Seb with a fastest lap already in a restart lap, 26.3. But he is really close to the top 2 now. Created a bit of space for himself to be able to create that gap, and Tronic will definitely go for something into this corner. I can't think of anything else. He's using some ERS with it, but he really needs to do it. He has to watch out and give Moose King just enough space. Even though he was also using. Yeah, I think Tronic wants to defend this. Yeah, or he sticks it around the outside, of course. He brakes later. That's also very clever. And Will broke the DRS. Well, yeah, then I think it's over, technically. Because then these two will go in a fight with each other. I'll watch out, Twan. He surely will be able also to pass Chris, but he has to have a little bit patience. Already using a lot of ERS though, but it's not really that different from Chris. Moose King has a bit more. Maybe he can pass it to turn 1, but yeah, needs a good run. Yeah, there's Will, 25.8. And indeed, like I said, Seb maybe can go for it. They are teammates. Maybe Prophet should let him through. But I don't think any of them is thinking about the championship. I think for Seb it already got away from him earlier in the season, maybe. Yeah, Tronic is lining it up now, for sure. Moose King is still following strongly. And the rest as well, though. Even Wellesley though, we can all see them in one shot. Seb is finally coming, maybe he let it a bit through, but yeah, maybe he can work his way back into the DRS. It's only 1 second, but I think Will's also saving a bit of, yeah, DRS, but there is DRS for Will. Tronic indeed into 4th, and has now 1.7 to close, but I think he will be able to do that on this tyre. A big run there from Moose King once again. Sometimes what I like to see about Moose King that sometimes you can find traction on the exit of corners in way more amounts than other people. I saw it in sprint as well. Just some random corners that people, well, not really random, but corners people tend to struggle. And then he suddenly had amazing exits and really can give him a lot. And Seb is already on the tail of Will. I did a 25.7. Yeah, he has the outright pace though. Maybe he sometimes calmed down a little bit just to save his tires. And he also had a small mistake, of course, midway through the race that we haven't seen. Tronic is not reeling in on the top 3. Maybe because the top 3 are, yeah. I think his gap to the leader is not that different, but Seb is coming, yeah. But the only thing is that maybe Will can save a little bit. Can I see something, please? And here, it's actually already the Tronic train after 4 laps on the softs. Joker is also aboard. And let's see if Will can come back. He maybe doesn't choose to do that. And Wicked Prophet is just trying to hang on. Yeah, Tronic has to break free from these guys, and I'm afraid on this tire will be very hard to do. Moose King again with a run on the outside, and that's the best overtake I've seen this night. That's purely because of something I said last lap. He sometimes finds traction in tricky corners, or especially the exits of those corners, that no one else finds. And now I have to say that Chris maybe doesn't have the best pace, because the Joker is also right on his gearbox now, but that was a sensational move. Let me see what. Oh my god, yeah, this is just gonna be who has the most DRS after a long time. I think it's best for both drivers to save whenever they can, and Moose King actually passing Twannach here. And Joker passing Chris, and got a little bit cheeky there on trying to gain another place, but that's a bit too much. Oh, this has been so entertaining. Yeah, it's just whoever got the DRS has the advantage. It's just because these guys will keep battling, they will never come closer to the top 3 anymore. So I think for Twannach it's just... yeah. He just has the bad luck that nobody else has a penalty here. And that he will drop back to, I think, 8 because of a simple 3 seconds. Oh, he goes in. He goes in. Okay, yeah, Twannach's race is over, I think. I think it's damaged then. No, it doesn't. His tires. It was too good of a gamble. And he goes to another set of softs, but he needs like a safety car in this lap or the next one, and even then he has an 8-second penalty, so I think he will finish 9th nevertheless. There it is. This battle for the lead is still continuing, with Seth now taking over once again from Will. Welsie and Joker actually had a moment, and they both are still in battle with each other. Will is already almost alongside Seth for the second straight and will repass him around the outside. This is just gotta be a tactical thing. And yeah, Wicked Prophet has a bit more ERS though. There's Cunninfern who drained everything of his battery to pass Moose King. But he is in 4th, and the good thing about the battling that happened here, it's completely broken apart by the way. Joker made a mistake, Chris also something, maybe Joker had the whole incident, and Twannach pitted, so it's only Cunninfern and Moose King now suddenly. And it also gives a good, how do you call that? In Dutch you say uitgangspunt, but perspective, I think it's the best word. For Wicked Prophet, who suddenly, well, you will still be 3rd, but not anything further down than that. Actually, Joker is in though. Also maybe for soft. There is a free fastest lap point basically for anyone, because everyone is in the top 10. Sepp is coming again. Now, technically it doesn't matter now. I would even say if you really swap around positions that quickly, save your ERS. And Will is doing that way better than Sepp now. These guys are also almost out of, and Moose King is actually trying it on the inside and coming from giving a lot of room. But he also knows that it's not about this lap. This is like 4 laps after this one. And the problem for Twannach, I think, yes, a spin. And no damage though, but yeah, he was meant to finish in 8th now. Oh, wait a minute, never mind, Seb. If you really do this because you're breaking the DRS, then that's also a fair strategy. That's also fine. And he actually isn't completely out of, and he created a 1.5 second gap, and now what he needs is Wicked Prophet to really like pressurize Will to yeah, I think he tries to save a bit, but that's like he's now 1.7 off, and he's under pressure now, and yeah, not using a lot. To be honest, like the lead is substantial for Will. but I'm sure he wants to win a race. And apparently Wicked Prophet gave a position back to him for the DRS. Does he want to stay in the DRS? I'm not sure, and he's also completely out of battery now. Yeah, well, mission succeeded though, because these two are also still going. Mission succeeded maybe for Prophet, because Will is now 2 seconds back. But maybe he's waiting for a later moment in the race though. It's still... Seb can save a little bit now. It's a highly technical race as well, so... Yeah, he's dropping further and further away. Yeah, Tonnach retired, but he will still get 2 points. I'm surprised he didn't actually go for a fastest lap though. Yeah, he spun before he could, I think. Fastest lap is now for Seb. He could have easily taken it. Well done by Seb though, I think. And Will knows he's safe compared to Wicked Prophet. I think Boost King indeed is finally gonna benefit from the fact that he's on the hards and that the mediums will drop off, and it will still bring him into a P4, even though the strategy was a bit different. Wellesley looks to even finish in 7th, even though he had some problems this race. And there we have Joker. Well, in the penultimate lap, it finally died down a bit now, but that's okay. These two are just having a fun battle here, I think. It's not really going about something. Actually, Current Fern is still sticking around with Moose King, maybe because of the fact he had some more ERS to play with. Final lap. Well, I have no clue what Will kinda did, because he was super... Yeah, he's maybe aiming for a fastest lap thing, yeah. He likes to have that one more, because now he's gonna drain all his ERS, but Seb has the same. He just has a little bit less. Also good recovery by Chris though. And Cunningham is gotta finish a race though. I think a second of the year. That's 55.7, yeah, that's 1.4 slower. Will is trying, he's only 4/10 slower. He indeed pushed on the last lap, but he's going for another P2. Maybe he wants to set a record-breaking P2 run and win the championship with that. But, everyone, good days have come for Bang Average, Seb. who had an excellent run of 4 races at the beginning of the season. It was really challenging for a championship. There were some difficult races after that, but he wins here at Yas Marina. 4.3 seconds ahead of Will. Eventually Wicked Prophet just manages to finish in front of Moosking with that penalty. Moosking with a very good last lap, I think, then. Cullen Fern in 5th. Chris in 6th. Welshie will also come to pick up some valuable points. And almost spinning there. And Joker had a very, very difficult race. Had to pace, though, to challenge for a top 5, I think. He'll finish in P8. And indeed, if Matt would have driven, I think he maybe would not even have finished last. He could have scored some great points. Same goes for Mike, if he just have continued. Same goes for everyone. And that's it. And Moose King and Driver today. So, yeah, I don't think there's a lot more to say about this one. Very, very well done by Seb. And I think, yeah, the livery of that car really deserved a good classification, though. There you have it. He also gets an extra point for fastest lap. It was a tenth faster than Will over his fastest lap of the race. So, yeah, Tanner indeed gets the points. So, thank you all for joining. Next week, I don't even know which track. I think it's Baku. Yeah, it should be Baku. So, thank you for being here. Wonderful race. I hope this really sets in a good next 4 races stint for Seb, and will really take a big step into his championship if he is around here for the next rounds. Thank you all for tuning in, and see you around some next time. So, bye.